Hello guys, welcome back. So I think I know what the demons were up to. They goaded me and goaded me and goaded me until they got me to absolutely unload on everything I'm worried about. I mean absolutely everything. And then it was kind of like Asmodeus and Mammon and company to the rescue. I saw this thing on Pinterest about depression. You guys know I have depression, and it was just like, and when I saw that, I realized it was not only them answering me, but Satan and Lucifer answering me. So it was Asmodeus to the rescue. And the moment Asmodeus realized, I knew that that was his answer. Um, he was being warm and affectionate. I'm like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "You're my human," and that was it. It was like you could feel they were giving me this mental image of a snow leopard pouncing around and this wolf pouncing around. Now these are metaphors that. And it was this idea of this is our human. We love her, and we will fight you. So come down here, and we will fight you. I think Odin has taught them well because they're like, come down here, I will fight you, and they're very happy. They're human. So that actually helped a lot, and it helped me get a lot of old negative beliefs out of my system. And so this little guy is the one that arrived today. Look at that cute little button face. They haven't sent me my medication. I have no idea where it is or if it even exists. But I have medication for a month or so. But look at this little guy. Look at that little pile of beans. That's the snow leopard for Asmodeus. We haven't named him yet. We're gonna have to come up with a name. He a cute little guy. He's tiny. He's like maybe tinier than a coat. And Loki got his. Loki got his. And I already promised Mammon, and Mammon's thinking about it. I know he won't take the big one we saw, just like, Asmodeus wouldn't take the huge leopard I saw for him. He liked the little tiny one though. I said, we get through this, you can pick out something for you because you deserve to have something too. Loki still gets presents, Odin still gets presents. Asmodeus got his very first bought for him present, so I said, you deserve something too, and he'll think about it. They've claimed a lot of stuff that's in the house, which was fine because we're still processing through stuff. But Asmodeus leapt into the rescue, and they're really affectionate with us, whether you see them as demons or old gods. They understand it's hard to be human. And he understood I'm frustrated beyond belief because one news story is telling us, hey, go back to work. It's okay. And then the next news story is like, the world is ending. Have you written out your rule? What? Which is it? Tell me. And I'm not talking about the difference between us and China. I'm talking about two totally different outlooks of what the hell's going on. Now I'm confused. Don't know what's going on. Are we supposed to still be social distancing? Yes, we are actually. Are we supposed to go back to work because these car companies want to open up and everything? And I'm like, what's going on, man? Somebody just give me a straight answer. But Asmodeus leapt into the rescue, and the pin that he had given me, it was about, just because you're seeing a lot of shadows, it's more like stage lighting that your depression puts on stuff. It's not how things really are, and that really helped me. And so Asmodeus jumped into the rescue. So he more than earned his little fluff fluff. So you're going to be probably seeing a little fluff fluff on camera unless he decides he wants fluff fluff somewhere else. But he earned his little fluff fluff. I think Mammon, if he takes anything, will take a wolf same size, like real tiny. So we figured we'd update you guys. But I was thankful because they're loyal to us and they love us and they won't abandon us because we have faith issues. I was looking through, when everything happened, I was looking through Wikipedia. And if you want to see the Christian version of them, you can look there and be very sad. Um, the Christian version of their God, just from quotes of their Bible, not anything else. And this was on Wikipedia. Was like, you can either serve me or you can serve Mammon. You can either serve me or serve Allah. And if you're not perfect in serving me, I'm going to throw you with them anyways. And I'm like, okay, I'll go with them then. If that's what you're saying, I'll go with them. And Bilal had been right. You can't walk both paths. You can try. You can try really, really hard to walk this path where you kind of sort of believe in God and He has this nice, comforting idea, kind of sort of believe in Jesus, but there's no getting around that is a God that says He is the one and only God. He messes up in the Bible and admits there are other gods, but they're going to bow down to Him. So, you can't walk both paths. And, Bilal just wanted to point that out. He was trying to be kind. And I felt like a couple others were like nosing around today, and I'm like, there's just so many of you. But it's a blessing. And Asmodeus has been talking me through a lot of things, so it's been a blessing. But he's definitely ready to fight God, whether you believe he's fighting God as another old god who doesn't want a god in his patch, and I know how that sounds, or, he's fighting him as a fallen angel who doesn't want the old boss man in his patch. It's like Asmodeus is very confident now and he's ready to fight, and so is Mammon, and that's a healthy sign. They're like, no, our human, ours. And it was this protective, loving energy. It was, don't you dare come near my human. I see how you treat your people. So, they treat us quite well. We're allowed to have free will. We're allowed to have choices. If I chose to go to church tomorrow and go down that path, there wouldn't be one that would stop me. Well, Loki would screw my life up as much as possible to show his 2 cents. So would the old man. Let's face it, Loki would trip me all my way, make sure I didn't get there. But, Loki goes, all the churches are closed anyways. Ah, you're evil. He goes, I know. But it was great. They jumped in. You have to do that. If you were brought up Catholic, it's a very, very hard thing to let go of the idea of a perfectal, yeah, perfectal. That's a new word for the day, perfectal. Perfectal God that can do anything in an instant, and yet chose not to in the case of, the COVID outbreak. And I had never understood, for example, it's a little bit of a downer, but I never understood why people in the concentration camps, a lot of times they lost their faith. And I just, when you grow up kind of sheltered in your faith and you never have to go through a crisis, sometimes you can't understand people's lookout because let's admit it, we make it look like the camps weren't all that bad. Um, and so that kind of gave me compassion towards them too, because there had been rabbis and that would put God on trial and decide God didn't exist. Of course they did, because if God existed, where the hell was he? I'm not saying God doesn't exist, so don't blame me. I'm just saying if this perfect, loving, can do anything anytime God exists, why did concentration camps happen? Why did COVID-19 happen? It's a lot of fucking shit he has to answer for, so I think it's just a religion that got way out of control and took one of many gods and bigged him up to the point where when it fails, it's God's mysterious way. I don't think anything about COVID-19 was any God's mysterious way. I think it was that we humans mismanage resources, and unfortunately, sometimes we have very tragic results from it. So, keep your chins up, guys. We're going to get through this. I think we're getting to the point now where we're learning more and more. We're learning how to stay relatively safe. We're learning not to listen to any of the circus clowns that are leading this planet. And we're learning to go to science and, doctors and actual science, actual doctors, and look for the latest updates and be like, okay, that makes sense. So, stay safe, wash your hands, social distancing, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.